Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham News and Update show for March 6th. Yes, March 6th, 2024. It is a Wednesday. It's hump day. Yes, it is hump day. And as you can see on the thumbnail, it says Stash is back. Stash back. Tom O'Connor is back in training, so that is good for us. Good to see him back, and we're going to talk about that. Got a bunch of things we're going to get to today. Got some favorable results yesterday that I think so. Some people are talking about you got to look down, got to look up. I think it's good. Still in the hunt. We'll talk about the results yesterday. Talk about the upcoming weekend. We got to talk about this yellow card stuff that's going on and having a free week. And there's also some stuff about iFollow I want to get into, as well as the EFL securing a deal, £147.7 million deal for the iFollow rights and things like that. So smash a like on the video. We are 49 subscribers away from 500. So please smash a like, share with your friends, and subscribe. Got a growing community here, really great community. Get involved in a Discord. I did update the Discord as well. Link, for whatever reason, Discord feels like they need to reset it, and then it has me go in there and do it. But whatever, it is what it is. So get involved. So thank you, everyone, and loving the community. Again, on our way to 500. We're 49 away. We have 451 subscribers. So on that note, let's get into it. And the first thing I want to talk about is Mr. Thomas O'Connor, who is back in training. Yes, he is back in training. And he says it was helped by a treadmill. The only thing I used a treadmill for ever, if I was at the gym, was to put my dirty laundry on, or even my clean clothes. I put them up there. So I'm glad Tom O'Connor got use out of it. But Parkinson is really delighted to have him back, and so am I. My favorite player, and I think our downfall that has happened in the last, I know we're doing well now. We won a game on the weekend, obviously. But downfall when it started, the herky jerky, was when Tom O'Connor went down, when Stash went down. So so important to the team. Good to have him back in his training today. So this is from Leader Rich. As you know, we go to Leader Rich. He's our guy. Asked him to come back on. Didn't hear back from him yet. But if I do, and when I do, I will get everyone. I'll get everyone involved, and I might do a live show. I'd love to do a live show with him and everyone having interaction there. So keep you posted on that. All right. So Tom O'Connor has returned to training, and Phil Parkinson revealed how a new piece of gym equipment has allowed the utility player to maintain fitness levels during a spell on the sidelines. O'Connor, a midfielder who has been excellent from playing as a left-sided center back for the majority of League Two campaign, sustained a slight fracture in his foot ahead of the Welsh derby to Newport County on January 20th, which we lost. And by the way, Newport County couldn't do us a favor on the weekend. Come on, Kieran. What the hell, man? Come on now. Newport County on January 20th. Absent for the last 10 games. Count them, 10. That's 30 points available. 10 games while injury healed. Tom O'Connor has been able to work on his fitness and is now back in training. That is the best news, other than hearing that Gio would be back. We need Tom and Gio back. Stash and Gio. So this is Parkinson. He says Tom is back in training, so I'm really pleased. We have had him rescan, and a natural healing process has taken place natural healing process has to take place, which you can't really affect. But Kevin Mulholland and his team have been able to keep Tom's fitness work up. So it sounds like, if I can get that, I can read that quote again. We have had him rescanned, and a natural healing process has to take place, which you can't really affect. Kevin Mulholland and his team have been able to keep Tom's fitness work up. So over the past 6 weeks, they're saying that Tom has a anti-gravity treadmill machine, which reduces the impact on your knees in your foot. So it's helped Tom out a lot. So it sounds like Tom is walking on air, running on air. Tom's been on this anti-gravity treadmill. That's great. So maybe the anti-gravity treadmill can also dry my clothes when I hang it on there. Over the past 6 weeks, they've invested in this anti-gravity machine. It's been a great bit of equipment for injured players, but particularly for Tom, because it has reduced the impact on his foot injury, but he's been able to run and build up his fitness which has been a huge bonus for us giving into this week and having back in training. So so Tom's back in training. That's great. So right now, they're saying that we're third in the table with 11 games remaining. Obviously, we go to Morecambe on the weekend at the Mazuma Stadium on Saturday. I doubt he'll be starting, but this is positive news. I'm really, really excited about it. Parkinson will monitor O'Connor, Stash, this week before deciding whether he will be available. So he might not be in the lineup, but this is all positive news. Says Tom is a really good player that can play a number of positions for us. So he brings real versatility back into the squad. Says Parkinson, it would be great to get him back involved. No shit. We need him back. I need him back. Last quote here. He said he is going to need some training, but we are pleased with where he is fitness-wise, and we will assess him this week and see how he looks. Now, let me go back to this too. Let me go back to the start of this. Like, I believe that some of the gerrymandering of, you know, losing him, then losing Gio, having to have a Boyle come in who wasn't fully fit, even O'Connell when he came back, when he wasn't fully fit, he wasn't sharp for the games. I feel like that has got into the, you know, to the flow, and it kind of affected us, which had the peaks and valleys for us this season. Now, that said, I think the win this past weekend, that game that we had with the 4-0 victory over Accrington Stanley. And by the way, what a shit move by Andy Holt. I mean, just play your cards in the fact that you got rid of the manager right after the match. What an asshole. Sorry. Yeah, I said it. What, you know, I did the recording video, and then I found that they sacked him afterwards, you know. So we did beat a team 4-0, but that team, it sounded like there were some other things going behind the scenes there. And sacking the manager right like that is crap. So Andy Holt just proves how much of an ass he is. Again, that said, that win was a signature win. Got Mullen on fire with a hat trick, and we got Elliot Lee back on the scoring. So, and we're in third. For me, that is the catalyst and the catapult to get us moving forward. If we can get Stash back, and I don't know how far Gio is back, if we get Stash back, we're starting to build up the fact that we can have more choices in the midfield and at the defense. I think the defense is solid with O'Connell and Max, and even Boyle back there, who played pretty well. If you get a sub Tom in there, fine. But Tom O'Connor, that is. I'm just going to call him Stash. Get Stash in the back there, put him in midfield. I think we have a good thing. And, you know, these last 11 games for the push and where we are. And let me look at the standings real quick. And I know I got some flack yesterday, and I appreciate everyone's thoughts on how they feel about it. But, how they feel about, MK Dons beating Mansfield, and then MK Dons, obviously are in fifth, tied with Crew at 61 points. So, they're only 2 points behind us, but we got to look up. Mansfield losing the match is great. So we're 3 points behind. The results we had on Tuesday game were good. Now it's almost a level playing field, but except for Stockport, who still have a game in hand. But Mansfield Town losing 66 points. It breaks their win streak up, who have been playing great. The team to watch out for is Walsall. They won 5 on the bounce. Jesus, they're crazy. I would not want to play them anytime soon. So Mansfield 66, Stockport 63, Wrexham 63, Crew Alexander 61, MK Dons 61. Got a favorable result. I'm really happy that, for me, I want to look up, not down. Beating Mansfield, I think that's great. So my opinion. That is my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But I believe the game we had on the weekend, getting Mulls firing, confidence back up, Elliot Lee, and putting Macca in the midfield. And we're talking about Macca in a minute here, about the yellow cards. Fucking hairbands and yellow cards, man. Got to keep him on the pitch. I believe this is going to be the catalyst to get us moving forward. So hopefully, push for the title. Yes, promotion is all we really want, but we're in a fantastic position. We can also win this league, and there's been a lot of ups and downs. Our away form isn't that great, but hey, it is what it is. And we have an away game this weekend. I think we can continue on this, and this good run and maintain positivity. All right, moving on. So 2 games for Wrexham pair to avoid suspension in the run-in. Now, this is important. This is very, very important. 2 Wrexham players are walking a disciplinary tightrope to avoid a suspension during League 2 run-in. James McLean Macca has been shown 9 yellow cards this season, with Elliot Lee booked 8 times. So that's we're playing with fire there. We're playing with fire. There are just 2 matches left until the next cutoff point, with players hit with a 2-game ban if they reach 10 yellow cards in 37 fixtures. Remember, McLean got that yellow card, headband and all, at the end of the match. He should have been off the pitch already. Parkinson needs to learn how to bring his stars off to rest them and to not get them into trouble. That's neither here nor there. That's another issue we can talk about on another show. So Wrexham currently 3rd in the table, blah, blah, blah. We have Morecambe on Saturday, Harrogate Town at the racecourse on Tuesday. So 2 quick matches coming in. Parkinson will be hoping the pair can avoid cautions in those showdowns before the reset. We've got 2 games to get through, so hopefully they can both avoid suspension, says Phil Parkinson. If they do get suspended, we will deal with it within the squad. Yeah, I hope they don't. So essentially, Elliot Lee has 2 games to get. He can't get 2 yellows, and Maka has 2 games to not get 1 yellow. So he's going to be on his best behavior, hopefully. So Parkinson has been dealt a boost with Tom O'Connor in midfield, who has been in excellent form, playing in the left side of center back. Blah blah. We just talked about that. George and James are obviously behind Tom, but they're both making progress. Added Parkinson. Okay, that's new to me. Like I said, I'm reading the article for the first time. He says, but midfielder duo George Evans and James Jones, who picked up glute and hamstring injuries respectively during the frantic February, remain on the sidelines. And this is the quote here that I just read. George and James are obviously behind Tom, but they are both making progress. So what he's saying is that he anticipates Tom to come back into the fold, probably on the bench this weekend, like we just talked about. But Gio and James and JJ are probably right behind him, maybe a couple of games. So, to keep rebuilding the squad and getting that depth is good. So, if we're probably better covered in the midfield and in the back with AOC, with Tom O'Connor there with Stash. So we just got to get him back to fitness. Got to get him probably in the pitch. If we can get him 20 minutes and he's up for it, that's good 20 minutes we can have for Stash. Having Gio and James, close behind it's really good. So we're looking to try and push them on into the next couple of weeks. So that said, McLean needs to be on his best behavior. Elliot Lee needs to be on slightly. He can afford to probably get a yellow card in one of the next 2 matches. Okay, fine. Not that he's an aggressive player. Maka is the one you got to watch out for. Cannot lose Maka. I like him in the hole. I like him in the midfield. I'd keep Mendy back in that left-sided wing position. So I think that's very important. So, got these 2 guys, Maka and Elliot Lee, that are walking the disciplinary tightrope. That not it's not good to have, but, we bring it upon ourselves. All that said, Parkinson was also talking about the frantic February and having not a Tuesday game. Obviously, we didn't play yesterday, so today is Wednesday. But Parkinson was really excited to have some time off. They talked about it in the post match, and also Mendy brought that up about getting back to full fitness. So, for that saying, like, not having a game this week during the week is great. Get us ready for Morecambe on Saturday, obviously an away game. Parkinson welcomes the free midweek following a frantic February when fixtures came thick and fast. And Wrexham clocked up the miles. Yes, we did. 5 of their 7 fixtures last month, February, were away from home, and the Reds were on the travels for the last 3 Tuesdays. Think about that, last 3 Tuesdays. And credit to Ivan and Sheldon, who did cover 2 of those matches for us. So that's good on that. Good guys. Said the Reds are in 3rd. And we go to the Mazuma Stadium on the weekend. We had 6 games in 21 days, and it's a long 3 weeks, says the boss. Which it was a long February. It was 29 days, got an extra day because of the leap year, but it was a long February. We put in a lot of miles there, and yet we're still 3rd. And yes, we went to negative town a little bit, came back to negative town. It is what it is. But we're still in 3rd, and we're still in shouting distance of getting through this league, winning and also going up. He said we had 6 games in 21 days. It's been a long 3 weeks. I thought we coped well physically, Parkinson said. Certainly looked the way on Saturday, but this week gives us a chance to get a few players who have been playing with Knox right for Morecambe. Very important there. I'm looking forward to giving everyone a breather this week and coming in and ready to prepare for the next game against Morecambe. We're in a month where the fixtures are more favorable for us. Great. We are in the mix, and that's where we want to be. Because this division is competitive and is very, very competitive. I mean, you never can tell what's going to happen in this division. It's so much fun to watch. It's also very stressful. Also, especially since we're in an opportunity and we haven't been fully flying. We have the opportunity to go up and still win the league, and we have wobbled a bit. I maintained a positive like thinking. Shit, man, all that what's gone wrong? We got some favorable results, and we're still in this thing. Come on now, it's really good. Really, really good. Moving on, it says Wrexham are 3 points behind the leaders Mansfield Town. We're on the same tally as second place Stockport heading into the crew match, who sit in 4th and 2 ahead of crew Alexander, who's sitting fourth. He said, "We said this is actually interesting too," which I thought Parkinson said. We are just concentrating on ourselves. The group of players are fantastic to work with. When we don't get the result, we all feel the pain together because we want to win every week, and we are used to winning a lot of games. There's a real togetherness in the group, and I thought that that it was showed with the way we came out and played on Saturday. This is the game on Saturday with the 4-0 win. So, got to give them credit, trying to stick together, saying all the right things, but it's all about on the pitch. We have to follow this game up on the weekend against Morecambe away and get 3 more points. Have to do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Have to get these 3 points on the weekend. I'm saying it right now. Got to get them. It'll be something that will help us out through the mental hump of having away games and not winning. So we will do the preview show for Morecambe later this week. We'll do that live as well. Morecambe are in 8th place. They won their last 2 matches. -2 goal diff. Won 15, drew 9, lost 11. Is that right? Yeah. 115, drew 9, lost 11. Which is interesting because I guess that makes more sense around 54 points. Walsall, who are just above them, who've won 5 on the bounce, 115, drawn 9, lost 11. I mean, this league is crazy. But Walsall is the hottest team in the league at this point. Remember a couple weeks ago, the hottest team was Mansfield, who have lost 2 out of the last 5. But we have to win this game on the weekend. We have to go in Morecambe. Doesn't need to be a statement game. We just need to win the match. Moving on, this is on Wrexham.com. This has to do with the COP. Shifting gears a little bit. We want to talk about the COP. An update. Sunshine on Wrexham as final agreements are ready to get COP funding live. The leaders of Wrexham Council were fizzing with the enthusiasm over the prospect of public and private funding partnership around the COP redevelopment finally getting over the line. Remember, on the weekend, our co-chairman, Rob McElhoney, was there talking about the COP and what it was like to have the 4 walls there. Remember, he has his 4 walls, which I've been calling for weeks. 4 Walls Whiskey. We had the 4 Walls COP there, which is the sponsor up there. So he got to see it for the first time. Watching a game with the COP, which is pretty impressive. And obviously one of the games to come to because he saw a hat trick and a 4-0 win. Let's say, moving on, a detailed update back in September saw the football club explain how the grant funding agreement from Wrexham County Borough Council needed to finalize, and the club satisfied the conditions attached to the funding offer could be fulfilled. So we recently reported, let me try to see the comments, get through this. So it looks like the status previously reported conditions of the terms included now they agreed in principle collapsed the Wrexham Supporters Trust. So yesterday, okay, trying to get to the good stuff here, to the meat of the matter. Let me get to the meat of the matter here. Yesterday, we inquired with the top operational and political leadership at Wrexham Council on the status of the $17 million public funding for the council point of view. Chief Executive Ian Bancroft said the heads of terms were agreed a considerable amount of time ago. What hasn't been completed is the final legal agreement. It's ready for a final checks and signings, so we will wait for that to come back. It is with the football club to sign off, and then we will trigger the release of funding. So it looks like they're waiting on the funding. We're just waiting for the club to sign off on the terms and the T's and C's. We're in a position of waiting for completion for the final legal contract, not the heads of terms, which has already been agreed. So, okay, it sounds like we're moving down the pipe here, which is great. Capital funding is in place for the specific purpose. So we maintain committed the funding specific purpose. Okay. It's the money we'll spend. Repeat. Okay. So the partnership with the football club is really important, having a strong partnership and relationship and celebrating the ownership of the club. And that's what we're doing, but also remaining appropriate terms of how we invest publicly. We have worked really hard to get the balance right. So it sounds like they're basically trying to get the funding right and also represent the town and do things the right way so there's no hiccups. The football club has been through a difficult journey, and there is a lot of sunshine now on Wrexham. It is fantastic for the football club, and I really want them to achieve their aspiration to take Wrexham and the football club forward. That is who said that? That's a really good Mr. Bancroft added. So that's all positive news moving forward. So they're still taking baby steps I say baby steps. They're taking good steps forward to having the cup built and getting there and getting that over the line. What else is going on here? This is on the EFL. Another one I want to get to. This has to do with iFollow and EFL. Obviously, we watch in the United States. So it looks like the EFL secured 147.7 minimum revenue for international TV rights. This is one. EFL has enlisted a special U.S. agency to sell the rights in the Americas as Wrexham's Hollywood owners continue to drive interest. Yeah, definitely. This is on the leader. This was this morning. They secured $188 million, 147.7 minimum revenue guarantee for the international television rights for next season. The deal is through 27-28 season, represents 40% uplift in revenue compared to the previous cycle. EFL signed up with a specialist partner agency, the American film Relevant, for the sale of its rights in Northern, Central, and South America at any time when Wrexham's ownership by Hollywood actors Ryan and Rob is driving up overseas interest in the league. So it looks like the announcement lasts for a 5-year with Sky Sports. So the international rights sale follows the announcement last year as a 5-year, $935 million pound deal with Sky Sports for the EFL's domestic rights starting from next season. So Pitch International, which has been working with the EFL for the last 15 years, will continue to distribute the league's rights in Europe, Middle East, and North Africa. So basically, this has to do with the U.S. rights, which helps me out because I live in the States. For the rights in America, the EFL said Relevant would work with the EFL to build up member clubs' profile in this key region via dedicated market partnership. So I'm gathering from this, like, listen, I pay $33 a month. To what the fuck? Sorry, guys. $33 a month to watch the game. So that's just for Wrexham, okay? Just to watch Wrexham. Ideally, I'd pay, I pay for the MLS package as well. Ideally, I'd like to pay, I don't know, X amount of dollars, a reasonable amount of money for the EFL or League One or League Two. I think it's, I'd like to watch a whole league. Like if I want to watch like a Stockport game or a Mansfield game or whomever, I'd like to watch that game. I watch ESPN Plus, and I can watch. There's a lot of chosen championship games. Hopefully, we'll get there someday. Chosen championship games, but I think that they need to figure out the price of which we can grow a little bit. Because the $33 a month is kind of expensive for anybody at that matter. So going on, I said the pitch will distribute 155 exclusive championship matches and 38 matches from League One and League Two, plus playoff matches, all EFL Cup ties, and 3 matches in the EFL Trophy. The 155 championship matches will be made up of 118 as a part of the domestic linear TV feed, plus 37 3 p.m. kickoffs. It's a big old mess. We're going to have to dig into this. If anyone knows a little bit more about that, I'm sorry. I probably talked to everyone in circles. I probably talked to everyone to death. They probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Neither do I. What I'm saying is they're trying to figure out a U.S. deal. So that's kind of important. They're trying to figure out a U.S. deal, and so we can watch the games over here and have it be more advantageous for everybody around the world. Maybe figure out the IFL and working with EFL and Relevant to sell those matches to the Americas. So it's maybe more advantageous for people to watch the games. That's what I'm gathering from this. So we'll have to see and wait what happens. If there's any more details, someone drop it in the chat and let me know what's going on. We can have a bigger conversation for it. Because I think after reading that, I'm confused. Just going to say it. I am confused. Okay. What else? So we have a game on a Saturday. It's only Wednesday. I'm going to try to do, again, I wasn't feeling that great today. My throat was bothering. Not that, I want to feel better. I was going to do a live show today, but I just did a recording. We'll have Thursday show and a Friday show. We'll do one of those. We'll do maybe both of those live. We'll do a preview match. And then obviously we'll do the game on Saturday, which is a live match against Morecambe. We are away at Morecambe, so we'll get to that. So lots of good stuff coming around. Some good articles out there. Obviously, we're progressing. We're third in the league. Got some helpful results yesterday, in my opinion. We're third in the league. We're ready to go. So, let's get after it. It is Wednesday. So on that bombshell, I will see you all soon.